All right, Shalom. I want to start by saying, call Allah, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the powers of Israel, aka the powers of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach His truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, a couple things. First, I'm gonna start with this thing that's happening in Colorado, in a town called Aurora, and basically something happened to where the motorcycle gang, what it was claims that the motorcycle organization didn't say it, but there was put on social media that this was happening or with the Venezuelan gangs, quote unquote, supposedly taking over this apartment buildings or a couple building complexes, that the Hell's Angels were gonna go down there and whatever, intervene basically. But this, it's not confirmed, and basically like these people, the motorcycle organization have not said that's what they're going to do. There's no, you know what I'm saying? But all in all, that there is something. Those Venezuelans were let go from prison. That was confirmed. And now they're in Colorado doing whatever is happening. I'm not sure. I'm not from Colorado. I'm not in Colorado. I'm not close to Colorado. But all we can go by is what is put on in front of us. And what's put on in front of us, that there is some, they quote unquote, in the apartment buildings, motherfuckers walking around with machine guns, weapons, quote unquote, run up in people's shit, quote unquote, whatever. And it just goes to show that what's going on. This is the time we end at. We have rumors about a fucking apartment complex takeover by people that's not even from this country. Now, I don't give a fuck about the migrants being here or whatnot, because that's still Jake. But you have Edomites. Remember, Colorado, that's like an Edomite. That's an Edomite ass state. I mean, I know it's Jake there, but like for the most part, it's a lot like it's Edom. I feel like that's like an Edomite motherfucking spot. Okay, but all in all, it goes to set the precedent of what times we live in. That's why I put the aura as prophecy. Okay, the aura of prophecy, because that's really what's going on no matter what. Wars, rumors of wars, people fighting against each other. This is all what's happening. You got that, and then you got supposedly today, I don't know what time they said it's supposed to happen, but today, on Monday, that them fucking small hats, them rats over there in Israel, they're supposed to be having a nationwide protest because of all the shit going on with them 6 hostages that was killed, so on and so forth, the situation going on over there. I'm gonna bring up an article on that too. But all in all, like you can see, like Esau's kingdom is crumbling, and these elites, obviously, these elites are nowhere to be found. They're not nowhere around it. But it goes to show what a regular Edomite state of mind is right now, because he and she are seeing their country crumble. They're seeing their economy crumble. They're seeing their dollar bill crumble. They're seeing a lot of things, and they're seeing most of the things in their country will make their country great crumble. And nothing's the same. Movies ain't the same. Music ain't the same. Sports ain't the same. Nothing's the same. It's all fuck now. It's all going to shit. And it's going to continue to get worse. Because remember, the Lord said, what about, this is the daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great. He said, sit down in the dust, for there is no throne. This now you're meeting your end. Now Esau is meeting his end. Because remember, it said that Esau is the end of the world. What world is that? The world of what? Heathen ruling over Jacob. Because what comes next is said, what? Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. And Jacob, there's no world after that. That's the world without end, the immovable kingdom. So the Lord is throwing all these monkey wrenches in Esau's kingdom, whether it be America, whether it be over there in Europe, whether it be over there in our land where them devils is at. It's a whole shit show right now in the world. You still got the storms happening. You got these so-called natural disasters, which is still what? Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI bringing on the storms, and what? Prophecy. Because the storms, all these storms, that's in prophecy too. That's why I put it's the aura of prophecy. There's nothing else that explains what's going on throughout the whole earth except for the scriptures. Except for the scriptures. It's only the Bible. Yes, the Bible has the answer. The Bible has the key. But the Lord said, what? You still have to have the understanding. And that's what people don't understand. You can't just read from this book and be like, oh yeah, that's that. You have to have the understanding. That has to come from heaven. And yeah, and if the Lord did give you from heaven, you have to understand how much you got to cherish this. Because right now, wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy time. But what wisdom and knowledge is that? Not the wisdom and knowledge of this world, because you have people that have wisdom and knowledge of this world. But look what that's doing for them. All these scientists, all these doctors, all that, they can't stop this shit that's going on. Okay, but let me get this article real quick, with 2 articles. So this is from the Times Now world, and it says, Hell's Angels heading to Aurora, Colorado to fight Venezuelan gangs, video surface. So this is from today. Well, actually yesterday, September 1st. And it says social media claims suggest that members of the Hells Angels are heading to Aurora, Colorado to confront Venezuelan gangs amid concerns about gang activity. This follows the release of a surveillance video showing armed men allegedly taking over an apartment building identified as the edge of the Lowry linked to the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. Okay? And it says social media users on Saturday claimed that members of International Outlaw Motorcycle Club, the Hells Angels, are heading to Aurora, Colorado to basically go against the Venezuelan gangs. This comes as officials said they are investigating gang activity in the municipality after a surveillance video showing armed men taking over an apartment building surfaced. The police department said the edge at the Lowry apartment complex, which was seen in the clip, has been troubled by the Venezuelan gang Tren de Aragua. It says Interim Aurora Police Chief Heather Morris said that officers found no evidence of the gang takeover. So basically, they're saying that this is not happening. They're basically saying that these are false claims. But what is a true claim? The true claim is that America did let these Venezuelan prisoners out and come to America. So they are here. Now they could be. Remember, Esau be lying on the media. Remember, it's no way to ever believe what's going on unless you're actually there experiencing it. But we as the prophets of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, we know what? That the Lord said things like this would be happening towards the last days. Sedition among men, men invading each other, men invading houses, people run up in people's houses, sedition among men, not regarding their princes. That's all the stuff that's still happening way before this little situation in Colorado. You have uproars of the people. You have earthquakes. You have wars and rumors of wars. All the things Yahawah spoke about that was going to be happening upon his return. This is no different. And it says now social media users posted videos claiming the Hells Angels are heading to Aurora. I have seen multiple videos in the last 10 minutes that are showing the Hells Angels heading to Colorado to Aurora. This is going to be interesting. I've seen footage of it. One woman claimed on X, platform normally known as Twitter. It says, however, another ex-user pointed out that the claim was not authentic. No, the Hells Angels are not on their way to Aurora, Colorado to fight these Venezuelan gangs that have taken over several apartment complexes. Some idiot posted an old 30-second TikTok video of some bikers, and that was all it took to convince thousands gullible dumbasses that this was actually happening, they tweeted. Yep, so that was pretty much it. So we don't know. We don't know. All we know is that there are some guys walking around there with machine guns, allegedly, in Aurora, Colorado. But all in all, here's what these devils don't understand, because I don't know if that was an Edomite or not, but here's what people don't understand. When you try to brush off certain things that's going on right now, you have to take, of course, you have to take some things with a grain of salt. But all in all, at the end of the day, America is still crumbling. But the thing that actually is known and actually made authentic claims of, like the shit going on with the dollar, the digital currency, the uproars with the Palestinians and Amalek, Russia, Ukraine, those things are still happening. This shit in Colorado is something light. You still got a bunch of chaos going around the globe, around the planet. That's what people don't understand. And America is involved in every single thing. Like, and they're involved in the shit with Russia, Ukraine. They're involved with the thing Amalek and Ishmael and over there in Palestine and whatnot. They're involved with China, Moab and them, with fucking Taiwan, China, North Korea, South Korea, Japan. America is all up and through NATO, Europe. America has their hands in every single situation that's going on right now. That's why it's Babylon the Great, the daughter of Babylon. Rome all over again. This is that place. This is that place that made the nation drunk with the wrath of her fornication, which what? All her bullshit, all her policies, all her dollar, her fucking money system, military-wise, the military. All that shit going on right now is proving that the Bible is true. Okay? Now let's get into something that's a true confirmation. Hold up. Okay. So this is from BBC, and it says this is it says what? It says 10, or this is BBC, and this is supposed to take place today. It says tens of thousands rally in Amalek land, Israel, calling for hostage release deal. No, fucking our land, Israel, calling for hostage release deal, right? So mind you, it says tens of thousands. So what? So, and I'm gonna get a couple of scriptures. Lord willing, to be edifying, but I want to set the tone of what's going on right now and what's going on presently. Because remember, this is quote unquote current events. Okay. So it says this from BBC News, credible source. Is digging into this article. So it says tens of thousands of people have rallied across Israel after the bodies of 6 hostages held by Hamas in the Gaza Strip were recovered by soldiers, causing national outrage. It says protesters, many clad in Amalek flags, descended on Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, and other cities, accusing PM Bibi and his government of not doing enough to reach a deal to secure the release of the remaining hostages taken by Hamas during October 7th attacks. It says Sunday's protests were largely peaceful, but crowds broke through police lines, blocking a major highway in Tel Aviv. It said this comes as a major Israeli labor union, Amalek labor union, Istadrot, called for a nationwide general strike on Monday, pressing for a hostage deal. So what? They plan on going on strike. Well, they're 7 hours ahead of us, so what time is it? 7 hours from now, so they're roughly what, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So they're in the afternoon time right now. So they're probably like in what, 2, 3 in the morning? I said 2, 3 in the morning. 2, 3 in the afternoon? Because they're ahead of us, right? So it says, this comes as major Amalekite labor union Histadrut called for a nationwide general strike on Monday, pressing for a hostage deal. So they plan on going on strike. And all this protest, it started yesterday. It says the Amalekite Defense Forces, IDF, said earlier that the 6 bodies were found on Saturday in an underground tunnel in the Rafah area of southern Gaza. The hostages were identified as Carmel Gat, Eden Yerushalmi, Hirsch Goldberg Poland, Alexander Lubanov, Almog Sarusi, and Master Sergeant Ori Danino. The Amalekite Defense Forces said they had been killed shortly before its troops reached them on Saturday. This triggered Sunday's protest, with crowds accusing the government and Mr. Bibi personally of failing to save the remaining hostages. In Tel Aviv, protesters broke through police lines onto Ayalon Highway late on Sunday, which was yesterday. It says some people scaled buses and bins to gain a vantage point over the march, while others surrounded someone wearing a mask of Mr. Bibi chanting, "Alive, alive, we want them alive." One demonstrator held a sign which read, "You are the head, you are to blame." Crowds also chanted slogans including, "Policemen, policemen, who are you protecting?" and "Shame, shame." Some set fires on the road and draped yellow ribbons, a symbol of solidarity with the hostages. Noma Lazimi, a Labour Party lawmaker, told the BBC she was lightly injured after police let off stun grenades and she fell down. She described the protest as significant and important, but said the question is what happens tomorrow, which will be today, because that's what they plan on doing the strike. Tomorrow. And it says among the protesters was Eli Shitivi, whose son Aidan is being held hostage in Gaza. It says, "We hope that those who make the decisions will wake up," he told the BBC. "We don't have time anymore." He said people from all strands of Amalekite society took part in Sunday's rallies, united in wanting the hostages returned. "I miss my child so much. All the families are kind of hostages too," Mr. Shitfi said. It says Noga Berkman, another demonstrator in Tel Aviv, told the BBC she couldn't stay at home anymore. People understand that now we need to break the rules and do something, she said, adding that tonight is just the beginning. Which was yesterday, Sunday, September 1st. And it says elsewhere in the city itself, the gathering saw a diverse mix of protesters, with one group of young scouts leading chants. It says in Jerusalem, a massive crowd of demonstrators gathered outside the prime minister's office. And it says one 50-year-old man told the BBC that the demonstrations were far bigger than any previous ones. "It's a totally different game today," he said, "a different scale to anything before." And it says, among those present at the protest in Tel Aviv was 24-year-old Yotam Pir, whose 21-year-old brother was killed on October 7th in the Hamas attacks. He told the BBC, after we heard about the 6 hostages, we couldn't be silent anymore. It's really important we don't have a choice anymore. Local media reported that opposition leader Yair Lapid was present. The former prime minister who leads the Yesh Atid party earlier backed calls for a mass strike to force Bibi into a deal over the release of the hostages. Calling a general strike, union leader Arnon Bar David said, "We must reach a deal. A deal is more important than anything else." And he added, "We are getting body bags instead of a deal." But what does this really mean? If they couldn't be those people, right? Why are y'all dying? If y'all claim to be those people, that means if this is the case for the children of Israel that's in the land of Israel presently, that means that that means that you saying the scriptures ain't true. Because the Lord said, what? If you were cast out of the land already and now you're back, why are you still? It said you would be in peace. It said that the nation of Israel, the Hebrew Israelites would be in peace. I don't see peace in this article. And this is present day. This is yesterday. And it's ongoing because it's leading into today. Because it said late Sunday. So they're later into Monday already because they're 7 hours ahead. Okay? And it says families of the hostages have been pushing for a nationwide strike as part of efforts to get a ceasefire agreement between Mr. Netanyahu government and for Hamas for weeks. It said the hostages' families forum said that the 6 captives whose bodies were recovered by the Amalekite military were murdered in the last few days after surviving almost 11 months of abuse, torture, and starvation in Hamas captivity. And it said the delay in signing the deal was led to their deaths and those of many other hostages, it said. So what that means that they're blaming leadership because it said what? You were the head, you were to blame. And what did the Lord say in the book of 2nd Ezra, what I'm going to get? He said, well, there should be sedition among men, and they should not regard their princes. And yeah, that's pretty much all the articles. Yeah, this is an ongoing thing. This is I guess what's the word I want to use? This is like, yeah, like it's ongoing. So like it's going to be they're going to be covering this for a few days because I don't know because this is from yesterday, so I don't know how if they start. I ain't seen no new article about the actual strike happening. Okay, we do have something. This from 6 hours ago. Okay, so it started. So this is from CNN, and this is it says updated on September 2nd, which is today. So it says it's underway. Israel protest news. Yep. So it says, yep. Look, it suspend flights for the protests, for the strike. Excuse me. So let's get into this, and then I'm gonna get some scriptures. So it says, yes. What we cover here says a nationwide strike underway in Israel after its largest labor union called for the action to push for a hostage deal, saying the entire Amalekite economy will shut down. Tel Aviv's international airport will halt departures and arrivals of flights for 2 hours from 8 a.m., which is 1 a.m. Eastern time. It says furious protests have broken out after Amalekites military recovered the bodies of 6 hostages killed in Gaza this weekend. Protesters say Amalekite Prime Minister Bibi Netanyahu has not done enough to protect the hostages, adding to mounting pressure on the leader to secure a ceasefire deal with Hamas. 3 of the hostages killed in Gaza, including Amalekite American Hirsch Goldberg, Poland, have been expected to be released in a ceasefire deal, according to U.S. and Amalekite officials. That deal has been thrown out into tumult, with the U.S. National Security Advisor saying that the next few days will be critical in a push to free those still held by Hamas. U.S. President Joe Biden will meet with the U.S. team negotiating a deal today. All this negotiating, but here it is, right? Y'all still fighting. So like it's not like it's still war going on. And it's not just this. This is not the only war going on. This is not the only, but they focusing more on this because what? It's Amalek. But okay, so yeah. Yep, so it says, yeah, Tel Aviv airport suspends flights as a part of nationwide strike. It said Tel Aviv's Ben Gurion International Airport will halt departures and arrivals of flights for 2 hours from 8 a.m., 1 a.m. Eastern time as part of a nationwide strike today. The airport confirmed to CNN. So that's what already happened for them. It's about to be 8 over here. And it says, a strike that threatens to shut down the entire Israeli Amalekite economy has been called by the country's largest labor union to push the government to secure a hostage and ceasefire deal. It reflects the huge public demonstrations over the killing of 6 hostages in Gaza whose bodies were recovered over the weekend. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's get these scriptures now. Let's go into second Esdras. First, we start at 7, I think. Oh, excuse me, now it's 9. Ooh. Come on, bro. What the fuck? Fucking ads. So, this is the book of second Esdras, chapter 9, and I'm going to start at the top. And it says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. Now, I believe this is Uriel talking to Esdras. It says, when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Right? So these are signs that the Lord is about to visit the earth which he made. And that means what? Yahweh is about to send YAHAWASHI back real soon. Okay? And it said, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So the Lord already spoke. This is at time of Esdras, way before now. Esdras been gone. I mean, she's back, came back. But at the time when he was on the earth, at this time, writing this, interacting with Uriel, that was mad long ago, right? It says, even from the beginning. It says for verse 5, it says, hold up. It says from the beginning. And in verse 5 of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, it says, for like as all that is made in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. And what does the end manifest mean? The end of Esau's kingdom. Because in a few chapters before, it said what? Esau is the end of the world. Jacob's the beginning of it that followeth. So the end is manifest of Esau's kingdom. That's why you have all this happening. That's why you have Esau at each other's throats throughout the whole world. NATO, America, Amalek, Russia, Ukraine, all of these Edomite countries. This is all. Remember, it's Satan's house divided. How shall it stand? So you mean to tell me that it's going to continue to be like this, and then Esau are going to be ruling, and they're going to come out of this, and they're going to build all that peace? No, the wars are already started. And at this present time, these wars that started now shall not end, but only intensify and get worse. All right? Okay, where is that? Yeah, so in the manifest, so verse 6 of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, it says, even so, the times also the highest have planned beginnings, and wonder and powerful works and endings and effects and signs. We're seeing a bunch of signs now. The signs he mentioned in Esdras, mentioned in the book of Matthew, mentioned in the book of Isaiah, mentioned in the book of Ezekiel, the book of Jeremiah, Babylon and great destruction, the book of Revelation. You have all these things happening, and what's going to come of it? The Lord said, what's going to come after this though? Yahawah's return. 2nd Esdras, the 13th chapter, where it talks about the nations fighting. Though they fear their durst fight, they fight against who? His son. And he's going to turn him into dust. Okay? And it says, verse 7 of 2nd Esdras chapter 9, it says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. So what? That means everybody not going to make it. It means you have to have faith in Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, because he's the one bringing the pain. And it says you should be. It says everyone that shall be saved. So that means what? Everyone. That means everyone can't be saved. And he says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works. Now, what are his works? What are the works that you could be saved by? What is the faith you can be saved by? The works is what? Pushing the truth, pushing the names Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, pushing prophecy, pushing prophecy. Okay. And it says escape by his works and by faith. Because what? The works represent your faith. Okay? It says whereby ye have believed, and believed on what? Believed on what? The Lord. Trusted in who? The Lord. That's the only way you can be delivered is in trusting in the name Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI. That's been proven already. And to the ones that believe, that's a beautiful thing. So keep believing, keep pushing, and keep praying to the Lord, begging the Lord to keep the Holy Spirit on you and take not the Holy Spirit from you. To keep you on fire, keep you hot for his wisdom and knowledge, keep you hot for his truth. Because we come to the times now, it's getting worse and worse. And the only people that can be saved, and the only people that's going to be, wisdom and knowledge is what? The wisdom and knowledge of the scriptures. The understanding of Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI and his truth, his words. No other God has words. Okay, so in verse 8, so this is 2 Ezra chapter 9, verse 8, and it says, it said, whereby ye have believed shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my lands. Which is what's going on right now. That's the land that we're talking about right now, where they protesting and having union strikes. So that can't be the Israelites. Because in the time, the Israelites were already taken out of the land, and then those devils went in the land. So that means when they went in the land, that if they were the true Israelites, that means that they were supposed to have peace. They were supposed to have immortality. The Lord was supposed to be back on the earth. The Messiah would have returned. And that's not the case. It says, verse 9, it says, then shall they be in a pitiful case, which now have abused my ways. And that's talking about our people that don't believe. It says, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torments. What? Jacob's trouble, man. The said perils that to come. Jacob's trouble. But what? He shall be saved out of it. And that's talking about the elect, the remnant. It says, those that shall be saved. Who shall be saved? The elect. The ones that were chosen from jump. The Lord said from the beginning, before us, before we even walked the earth. All right? It says, verse 10, it says, for such as in their life have received benefits and have not known me. What? These sellouts? They received benefits, man. They thought America was the place where they were supposed to prosper. But the Lord said, this is not your rest. This is not your rest. That's why no matter how successful or how much you could prosper in America, there's always going to be a roadblock that Esau going to put in front of you, man. Whether it's financially, whether it's like, being oppressed, being racially profiled, whatever the case may be. Any Israelite is not going to be comfortable here in the land of America or in the world right now while Esau rules. You can't. It's impossible. Look at the people that have been rich. Look at the people that are rich in America and through Esau's kingdom. Can they be defined as happy with just pure happiness? No kind of bullshit in their life? No. Because they still under the curses. Your money can't take away the curses. Remember, you're an Israelite. You sell us, you're Israelites. You can't buy your way out of the curses, man. The Lord, the one that put them on them, he's going to be the only one to take them off of us. But you despising his ways, you go with Esau, you sell out to Esau, get his penny, get his purse, and now look at you. And now look, we at the end of Esau's kingdom, and now what the fuck you about to do? Ain't enough room for all y'all niggas in the bunkers with them. They ain't gonna have you in their bunkers. They use you, they abuse you, and now they're done with you. And now the music is done. All that shit is done. And now they just holding on just for just to keep up appearances. But this shit is done. Sports is rigged. Music is all these shit is fuck. This shit is whack. And it can't be salvaged, man. It's at a point of no return. And they that have cast them away, despitefully shall dwell in torments, It says, verse 11, it says, and they that have loathed my law, that's to the 2/3. It says, and they that have loathed my law, while they yet had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance, which is right now still, was open unto them, understood not, but despised it. You got our people remember, the doors of repentance are still open, but who's going to come through that door? The elect, because those are the ones that were not blinded. But the mercy of Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi, that they still are Israelites that still despise his law. But he said what? He's still going to clean y'all up. It's just going to be in a different way. It's just going to be death. That you're not going to be delivered when Yahawashi returns. Yahawashi is going to destroy you. But the only thing is that spirit, once it leaves that vessel, whenever the Lord has the spirit leave the vessel, it's going to go back to the spirit world and then come back through what? Another vessel as a newborn baby through the elect's loins. That's how it's going to go. So you'll be good in the kingdom, but you're going to know you are one of those niggas that despise his law. You loathe his law. You despise Yahawashi first and foremost. You've rejected Yahawashi on the earth. When he was last on the earth, you rejected him, and that's going to be the everlasting shame and contempt right there. And then after he left the earth, we had a couple more lives. And then he had his prophets out there prophesying in his name, Yahawashi. And you despised and rejected him then by rejecting his men that came in his name. That's the point of the story. It's about Yahweh BAHASHAM Yahawashi and how our people rejected him and went on the way to heathen. And then look what the Lord going to do to the heathen. Look at the judgment the Lord said for the heathen. Speedy riddance, captivity. All they that devour thee shall be devoured and go into captivity, every one of them. Jeremiah, I believe, 30 and 16, the chapter 30 and verse 16, around that area. Oh, speaking of which, in verse 12, and it says, the same must know it after death by pain. And what's going to be the ultimate pain? Jacob's trouble and then the missiles. That's what's coming for our people that don't want to get right. That the Lord has not getting right at that. And then once all hell breaks loose, then the Lord gonna put the spirit, gonna put the mindset of like, damn, they should have listened. That feeling of regret. Like, damn. That feeling of feeling stupid, like, damn, I was wrong. Because once everybody sees Yahawashi crack the sky, it's no talking. But the Lord has us doing the talking now for him, representing his word and speaking his truth. And our people are what? They're denying it, they're rejecting it, they're despising it. But actually, I'm gonna go back to the scripture, but I wanted to get the definition. Definition of aura. Because I said what? The aura of prophecy. Definition of Aurora, because all that shit going on in I'm about to say Canada, Colorado. Now you have one definite. All right, here's the one I'm gonna use. So when you go into the definition of the word Aurora, it goes into the word dawn, the Roman goddess of dawn. That's what Aurora is. So like, you know that the time of dawn is between the nighttime and the sunrise, right? But it said the Roman goddess of dawn. And right now what's going on, like, so I'm not saying I'm not saying whatever, but all I'm saying is this. The Lord had that place chosen for a reason. Because remember the Lord controls all things. The Lord had them, that Venezuelan gang go to Aurora, and whatever's happening, he had that go down. Esau had these Venezuelan gangs come over to America, and Iran, they go to this place, and the definition of the word Aurora is the Roman goddess of dawn. It just makes you think like there's no such thing as coincidences. Everything's for a reason. I don't know the reasoning behind it, but it's for a reason, and it's important. Like, it's important to go in these words. Aurora, aura, and what I said, the aura of prophecy is happening. Yeah, Roman goddess of dawn. Okay, and let's go definition of aura. Definition of aura is a distinctive atmosphere surrounding a given source, a subtle sensory stimulus such as an aroma. Yeah, but notice it says it's a sensation as of voices, color lights, or crawling and numbness experienced on the arm. Oh, that's some science shit. It says an energy field that is filled to emanate from a living being. And what is the ultimate living being? The Heavenly Father that created all the other living beings. But he's the creating living being. So remember, the aura is an aura of prophecy. Aurora, aura. Now I just find it ironic that it's in that now, because now looking at these words, looking at that, that's where they at right now, and that's where the quote unquote the Hell's Angels supposed to be going to fight against them. But anyway, get one more scripture and I'm gonna close it up. I'm gonna stay in the book of Esdras because you still got the shit going on with the Amalekites protesting, right? Now, when you go to the book of Esdras, second Esdras chapter 15, I'm gonna start at the top and I'm gonna jump down. And it says, "Behold, speak thou in the ears of my people being the Israelites, the words of prophecy." Oh, speaking of, hold up, real quick. Oh shit, that was the thing. Cause oh yeah, that's what it was. Dawn. See, dawn. The definition of Aurora. Well, actually, Aurora is the definition. The dawn, the Roman goddess of dawn. That's the definition of Aurora, right? So I typed in dawn in the blue letter to see where the word dawn is used. It's in two scriptures. One being Matthew chapter 28, verse 1, and the other being 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19. I'm going to read the one in 2 Peter because that actually hit heavy. So this is the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19, and it reads, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy," the aura of prophecy. Whereunto do ye dwell, that ye take heed. Who's going to take heed? The elect. But the Lord still saying, we got to take heed every day. Even the brothers that know this truth, we have to take heed more and more. Because more and more prophecy is coming to pass. It's getting more fucked up. To where we're going to need the protection and we're going to need the full trust and mercy of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. Trusting in him and having mercy from him, man. Shit, go dark. And to take that ye take heed as unto a light that shineth in a dark place, until the day dawn and the day star rise in your hearts. What is that? The truth, the understanding. It's no other understanding in the world that explains what's going on right now except for the scriptures. And that's the day star arise in your hearts. That's what's arising in the hearts is the truth. And it says, but I'm gonna read that again. So remember, Aurora is what? The Roman goddess of dawn. So dawn, a certain part of the day before the day then light, night and day. So in the book of 2 Peter chapter 1, verse 19, it reads, "We have also a more sure word of prophecy, whereunto do ye dwell, that ye take heed." Take heed. A sure word of prophecy. This is a sure thing. Like the Miguel song, "Sure Thing." This is a sure thing. We already see these things happening. We're just waiting for the ultimate things to happen, which is the MOTB, the third world, the nuclear destruction, and Yahawah's return. Jacob's trouble. You know what I'm saying? It's just a few things that we need that's left and have to happen, and we out of here. Straight up, we out of here. Esau, and these other nations, they go into captivity. Yahushua come back to the earth, beautifies us, gives us the powers, gives us immortality. And then what? We out. Then we out. Then we back in our land. We fucking what Amalek is doing to Ishmael now, we're gonna do to Amalek, but on a higher level, higher scale. With ultimate power, with the power of the control of the elements. Getting them out with telekinesis powers. Like, get the fuck out of it. And then Yahushua, remember Yahushua? Yahushua said what? He gonna get Esau Edom. Who is this that coming from dyed garments from Basra? That's why right now you Esau thinking he good. Because Yahushua got him, gonna get him personally, man. It's starting with you elites. You hiding in bunkers. You out here just calling the shots. Think you could just be fucking playing the back all day, playing in the shadows? Nah. The hell shot gonna put the lights on, shining a fucking microscope on you, man. So let's go to the book of Second Ezra, back to Second Ezra chapter 15. It says, I'm gonna jump down to the point. So he said to speak these airs of prophecy, right? Speak the word of prophecy, right? So when you jump down to verse, I'm gonna start at verse 5. And it reads, Second Ezra chapter 15, verse 5. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction, which is all what we're seeing right now throughout the whole earth. It says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Now, starting with 2/3 of our people, Esau, these other nations, it said wickedness have exceedingly polluted the earth. So now that you got Jake being extra wicked, under the wicked, the heathen, they wicked, stupid wicked, it's exceedingly polluted the earth. That's why the Lord is judging the earth with all this destruction, all these plagues, all these storms. Okay? And it says, for what exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So their hurtful works are fulfilled. So remember, the Lord said what? He declared the end from the beginning. So all Esau's doing right now is already declared for him to do. We just about to be at the end of the shit. Okay? Verse 7 says, therefore saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. Starting with us. And it says, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. Now, what is one of the things the Lord said he hated? Hands that shed innocent blood. And it says blood, it says the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me. That's what the blood of the saints, the blood of the Israelites. And it says, cry unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. That's us right now, too. Lord, when I hope to be part of the elect, we complain continually, man, because we want to get the hell up out of this motherfucker. It sucks here. I hate it here. And most brothers, people watching, shalom, yo, we all hate it here, man. This shit sucks. It truly sucks. It's like sucks ultimately bad, man. All right? And it says, verse 9, it says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. And how's he going to do that? By sending YAHAWASHI back, judging Esau, judging these nations, judging 2/3 of our people. Because what? They got some innocent blood on their hands too. The ultimate innocent blood is who? Is YAHAWASHI's blood. That's the ultimate innocent blood of all. And he hasn't got his revenge yet. That's why the Lord said, what? Vengeance burneth in his heart. He's waiting at the right hand of Yahweh to come back and do work, get justice, get his revenge. And that's what you Edomites are scared of. That's what you elites are scared of. You scared of YAHAWASHI. That's why y'all building all these bunkers and trying to get the hell out of Dodge. But you ain't going to escape the wrath and judgment of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. He has you doing what you're doing all the time. He works on the minds of the kings. He's control of all flesh. Yeah, you going to survive the nuclear blast, but you're not going to survive Yahushua putting your ass into slavery. That's prophecy. These are the words of prophecy. Matter of fact, let's get real quick. A little quick preset. I think it's 16. Okay, so this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 30, verse 16. And listen carefully, this is heavy right here. So it says, Jeremiah 30:16. It says, therefore all they that devour thee shall be devoured, and all thine adversaries, every one of them, all these heathens, every one of them shall go into captivity, and they that spoil thee shall be a spoil, and all that prey upon thee will I give for a prey. Who is he talking? He's talking to Israel. And who is he talking about? The other nations. They're the ones that devoured us. They're the ones that had us in captivity. They're the ones that we were spoiled to. They spoiled us. And he's still spoiling us to this day. Who do all these nations make their money off of? Jake. They say the number one consumer? Israelites. Jacob. Who's always in need? Who's always at the bottom? Jacob. Watching these other nations come to wherever the fuck you at. You an Israelite and you seeing them come and prosper over you, especially here in America. Mainly here in America, actually. Okay, let me go back to Edris. Mm, uh, what's that? It says, yeah, therefore, this, Ezra, 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 9, and it reads, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. Verse 10 it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. What is America? Spiritually Sodom and Egypt. Because Ezra is after Egypt. And it says, verse 12, excuse me. No, excuse me, verse 11. It says, but I will bring them with the mighty hand. And that mighty hand is who? YAHAWASHI. But I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm and smite Egypt with plagues as before and will destroy all the land thereof. What? He going to destroy all of America because America is spiritually Sodom and Egypt. And this is in Egypt, bondage, captivity. The land of our captivity is mainly here in America. Yeah, the other parts of the world, but this is where we were brought from the other side of the world to serve captivity. Where we actually bought in bulk the seed of the majority of the seed of Jacob. Yes, the seed is scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, but a lot of them, they might look like the other nations, but this is where we were actually taken from one part of the world to another to serve captivity. So the now is and says verse 12 says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh shall bring upon it. What? That's that judgment. And what's that ultimate punishment? The fire. Because he said what? That his day shall burn as an oven. It says, and jump down to verse 14, it says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And this will talk about them fucking protests and them strikes in the land of Israel now. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, right? So destruction to the world and them that dwell therein in this world. And it says, for the sword and the destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their land. Now, I was going to use that because if that was the case with them hell's angels, they were going to fight against another. But who was that going to be? That was going to be Jacob versus Esau. Now, they're saying that it's not confirmed that they're going to do that, so I can't really speak too much on it. But all in all, you get the gist and the vibe of what's going on in America. Them Edomites been tripping about the migrants coming over here. The government letting them come over here. So it's not like they're not upset about it. It might not be nothing coming from this actual, whatever. But continuing on, it says in verse 16, it says, for there should be sedition among men. And when we go into the word sedition, it basically means like, uproars. It means like, beef. It's going to be problems. All right. But just for clarity, let's get a definition. Fuck it. See what they say. I'm just going to the regular Esau dictionary. Fuck. So, this is the definition of sedition. And this is a Merriam-Webster dictionary. Yep. And it says incitement of resistance to or insurrection against lawful authority. Now, who was them Amalekites talking about? They were talking about BB. Saying that BB's bugging, BB need to make a deal, BB need to do this, BB need to do that. Americans talk about Biden. Why you talking about the government? Why you letting all the migrants come over for free? Why you doing this? Why you doing that? Sedition among men. The book definition of sedition. It's a Merriam-Webster. It says incitement of resistance to or insurrection against lawful authority. It means what? Government. Lawful authority against the government, right? So, going back to the scripture, oops. 2nd Ezra chapter 15, verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men. So what? Insurrection among men. And it says, in invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. Now, what is Biden? What is BB? What is Putin? What is all of them? They're kings, they're princes. Because what? They're ruling. They're in the lawful authority. All right? And it says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. In verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. What? They said they were going to stop the plane rides from Tel Aviv from 8 o'clock to whatever. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Watch until it's like for days where you can't go into a certain city. It's not promised how society's gonna be running, how you see society running, especially here in America. It's not gonna be continued like this permanently, man. It's gonna get worse, and it's gonna get more and more what's that word? Tyrant, and more dictatorship, and more draconian. It's gonna get more and more like, yo, people against the government. It's gonna be no more like all this, you can do what you want. It's gonna be what? Everything gonna be rationed, everything gonna be time curfews. You can't go here after a certain time. You can't go here after a certain time. You can't be out your house at a certain time. Martial law, the NWO, all these things, that's all coming to it. Well, they're here, but they're going to be enacted real soon. Because soon enough, the people are going to get so crowded, so restless, so crazy, that the government going to have to step in and bring in some actual, like, true fucked up authority. Like, true, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get real crazy. To quote unquote keep the peace. It said in Amalek was coming against the security forces, the protesters and whatnot. So these are all the things that the Lord said was going to happen in the time of upon His return. Uproars of the people, earthquakes, storms, all that shit. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue. The wars are not going to stop. The sedition among men is not going to stop. The uproars are not going to stop. None of this is going to stop. Now, man, you might have some times where it might it ain't even slow down for a while. But you might have a time where shit might slow down. It might, because it said when it shall set peace and safety, sudden destruction shall come. So we'll see. We'll just see how it goes. So with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. I'm gonna give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honors to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth in all truth and sincerity. Shalom.